Hello, church. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're having a great day, a great week. If you can see here, I'm not in my office. I'm actually in our church building and our community room where we gather together many times, have great conversation, and just thinking about that today as I miss gathering with you in person and am excited for when that day comes that we'll be able to be in this room and having great conversation and ministering to each other. And so I'm happy to come to you again. I wanted to just give you a quick update as we've been doing lately, just to prepare you for Sunday. And I'm excited about this weekend's message, Acts chapter 3. We're going to walk through the entire the entire chapter 3 of Acts there as we continue our study in Acts 3. And, really neat story. And the idea here is, how do we handle unexpected circumstances? Peter and John, the apostles, are on their way to the temple and they're on their way to pray, and they meet a man that's lame since birth, and a man that needed help, a man who was broken and in need of help from that only Jesus could provide, that kind of help that he needed. And we see John and Peter's reaction, and we see just how that the people were changed through the message, through the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so it makes me think of, for us, how are we making the most of our unexpected circumstance? And many of us are not doing the things that we thought we'd be doing this time this year, perhaps, or maybe in a different way. So what does it look like for us to glorify God in our unexpected circumstances? So we're going to talk about, that what seems unexpected for us is really God's plan, part of his plan, his perfect plan, and talk about how we participate in God's mission as we are going about our daily lives. So we're going to focus on those truths today and about how we can be ready to respond to the brokenness around us, how we can recognize really the wonderful works of God, and how the way that we live our life, the way that we point others to the miracles of God, and how that opens up opportunities to share his gospel, to share his message. And then how will you be prepared to share his message? We'll talk about that. And then respond this week and thinking about a couple things. And one thing in particular is, how are you using this unexpected season in your life for your growth, for your spiritual growth, for the good of others, for the glory of God? So we're going to think about that this week, and I invite you to do that now. And then asking yourself the question, how can God use me right where I am right now? So I'm excited to talk about that with you on Sunday. And one thing that I wanted to challenge you with, and perhaps a way that you could encourage me and I could hear from you, is let me know ways that God is moving in your life, ways that God is growing you as a believer in him, or as a parent, as a father, son, whatever it might be, a mother, a daughter, a friend, any way that God is growing you and drawing you closer to him. So I'd love to hear about that. We're going to post this on Facebook, so you feel free to write in the comments, or you can send me a message, and it might even get in the sermon on Sunday. Who knows? So wanted to challenge you with that, and really just to hear from you. I'd love to hear how God is working in your life and using this season in your life to draw closer to him, and I know others would as well. So why don't you do that for us this weekend? It'd be a great way for us to connect. And then lastly, a couple of announcements that you've heard before, but we'll want to continue to bring before you, is that the Price family. I got to talk with Todd Price this week, and they are Matthew and Todd are heading back to Kansas City soon. They were in San Francisco, and it looks like in May that Pamela and the rest of the family will be coming from Croatia to come and be with them and to be united as a family here in Kansas City. So we are excited to welcome them, and just really blown away by the ways that our church body has already provided so much for them. And we're going to have more opportunities. There's still more things that they need. So we celebrate what God is doing and through you all. And and also ways that we can continue to support them. So the Price family is on our hearts this week, and also for you men out there. We talked about this last week. Bill Hildebrand is leading a men's Bible study starting this Tuesday, April 28th, over Zoom. So 6 in the morning. Even if you haven't been a part of a men's Bible study before, this is a great time to jump in, a great time to stay connected, going through the book of 2 Timothy. I'm really excited that for the men in our church to gather around the Word and just to, in this time that it looks a lot different, how can we stay connected? And it's a way for us to continue to grow in His Word. So I want to challenge you men to be a part of that. And also look forward next week. We're going to have another announcement for you, and kind of as we think about what it looks like for us to, as we get through the stay-at-home order, what are ways that we can continue to stay connected. So be on the lookout for more announcements about, what it's going to look like for our church in the coming weeks. So our elder team is praying through that. So be praying with us, and we'll have more information next week. Again, excited to gather with you on Sunday. Excited to really, I hope you share what God is doing in your life, and I would be encouraged by that, and I know many others would too. So have a great weekend. We'll see you Sunday, see you soon, and look forward to talking with you soon.